Hello everyone, my name is Steve Henley, and today we're going to be doing a RChain voting demonstration. Over on the left side of my screen, I'll have some step-by-step instructions that we'll use to follow through as we do the demonstration. But before we start, I'd like to alert everyone to some important dates. The first is the deadline to register a rev address to vote, which is October 20th. Later on this demonstration, we'll go through the portion on how to register a rev address. We will cover that. And also on the 20th, RChain Cooperative will be sending out some dust, rev dust, to each registered wallet to cover the expenses for the transactional cost for submitting a ballot. And finally, voting starts on October 21st. So, and finally, for help on obtaining a rev address, watch the video Simple Guide for Generating a Rev Address to Vote at the AGM, Annual General Meeting. So let's get started here. Okay, so we're going to start with how to download, install, and set up MetaMask. So let's go ahead and select download here, the link. Okay, so, and it's important to note that MetaMask supports two browsers, Chrome and Firefox. You can use Brave, which has the ability to sign the ballot. That's a little more advanced. We won't be covering that here today. Today we'll be using the Chrome browser. So let's go ahead and select select Install MetaMask for Chrome, the blue button. And then we're going to select Add to Chrome. And then we're going to select Add Extension. A brief message will appear indicating that it's been added. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and select Get Started. And here we're presented with two options. We're going to select Create a Wallet. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, you can read through the Help Us Improve MetaMask. You can select No Thanks or Agree. Either one will move you to the next screen. Okay, so let's go ahead now and create a password and confirm. Okay, select I have read and agreed to the terms of use and hit create, or excuse me, select create. Okay, so we're going to, for the secret backup phrase, just select remind me later. Okay, so now we have account one has been created. Account one is the default account when you set up MetaMask, but we're not going to be using account one. What we need to do for voting is import an account. So what we're going to do is over in the right hand corner is a circular identity image. We're going to select that. And we're going to select import account. Okay, and if you have a rev address, you should have the associated private keys with that. My private key is in my clipboard, so I'm going to go ahead and paste that into the box and select import. Okay, now I've created account 2, and this is the account that we'll be using for voting. And if you go back up here to the identity circle, you can see the two accounts, account 1 and 2, and you can see account 2 as being the account selected. One thing we want to do is add MetaMask to the toolbar up on top, as so we can easily get to it in the future. We want to pin MetaMask to the toolbar. So we're going to select the gray pin icon in Chrome browser located to the right of the current pin extension. So up here we have the current extensions, and it's to the left of the three vertical dots. So it's this icon right here. So we're going to select that, and we're going to select the white pin icon for MetaMask, and it'll turn blue. So once we do that, MetaMask icon appears in the in our toolbar. Okay, so now MetaMask is set up. and we can proceed on to our voting instructions. And we'll be voting with testrev. So this is an actual rev that we're using, and we're using the RV 2020, the beta version of the voting site. So let's go ahead and select that website. And you see the information box that appears. There's 7 information boxes that it can appear, and you can cycle through them. So thank you for beta testing this RChain governance DApp. And so we're going to exit out of that. If you want to bring up the information boxes again, just click the question mark at the top and you can cycle through them. The next one is, do you have a rev address registered with the co-op? If not, see meeting notice for instructions. So let's cancel out of that. So now we're going to look at our step-by-step instructions on the left here. So we're going to select sign in. So over here on the right, top right, we're going to select sign in. And because we're currently signed into MetaMask, it comes right up. If you're not logged into MetaMask, be sure to sign in, and the box information, this connection box will appear. So let's go ahead and we'll select next and just confirm that the account that you want to use is selected with check mark. And we're going to select connect. So MetaMask is connected to the beta site. And the rev address I'm using is registered with the RChain co-op. So it does say verified registered voter. So the rev address that you use for voting, ultimately on the 21st, it should say verified registered voting. Now for testing, you may have a rev address that's not registered, which is fine. So feel free to use that rev address to experiment. It'll just say account not registered, as I indicate over here in my step-by-step instructions. Okay, so let's see here. And also at the top of the page, you can see a blue progress bar. So as we go through the voting steps, the progress bar will advance. Okay, so let's see here. The ballot will appear on the screen, which we have, and with the ballot, we have the short description. So we have Wile E. Coyote for board member, and we have oppose, abstain, support. So we're just going to randomly make some choices here. And then we're going to scroll down to the bottom of the page, and we're going to select sign and submit. You can see the top, the progress bar did advance a little bit. Okay, and MetaMask is prompting us to, it says your signature is being requested, so we're going to select sign, and the progress bar advances. So just below the rev address box, there's checking results. So the ballot is being submitted, and it's going through its process. And as it goes through the process, the progress bar will continue to be updated. It's going to take a minute or so for that to happen. And while that's happening, let's just go back over to our instruction sheet over on the left here. So we have next, how to register your rev address. So I'm going to pause the video for a moment, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and the ballot has been submitted, and the status bar shows 100% complete. So just below the rev address box, it shows result, and that indicates that it was successfully submitted. If there was an issue when you submitted your ballot, the error message would show up here in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Okay, so that's how to vote with the voting application. So let's go back over to our step-by-step instructions. So we were discussing how to register your rev address. So each co-op member received an email from membership at RChain.coop. So I'm going to go look for mine. And so here it is. So from membership at RChain.coop. So RChain Cooperative annual notice of annual meeting, your unique Rev registration. Your unique Rev registration link is below. So we're going to click on that, your Rev address registration link. And so it brings up a web page. You can read through that. And towards the bottom here, it says Rev address. So since I did this earlier, it appears in the box. But if you're just doing this for the first time, you would just go ahead and copy paste your Rev address that you're going to be using for voting. Hit submit, and it'll take you to this page. So pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's see here. And then how to add testrev to your Rev address. So if you want to do some experimenting with the voting DApp, you need to have some testrev associated with your Rev address. So we're going to go to the test faucet link here. So let's select that. So this is the testnet faucet for RChain. So here's my Rev address, which I have in my clipboard. So I'm going to go ahead and input where it says input your testnet Rev address. We're going to paste that there and submit and press submit. So it's deployed, and it's going to take a while, several hours. But when it's completed, the faucet will send you 100 testrev, which will be more than sufficient to do as much testing with the voting DApp that you want. Okay, and finally, we're going to go over import wallet with secret backup phrase. So earlier when we did the MetaMask setup, we used our private keys. So some people will have private keys, and other people will have the 12-word secret phrase. So we're going to go through those instructions here. I'm going to pause the video for a moment, get MetaMask set up, and then we'll go through the instructions. So one moment. Okay, and I'm back. So with our instructions, I went to MetaMask and went through the instructions above to download and install MetaMask, and then I followed the setup instructions above. So, and that takes us, if you recall, back to this page here where we have two choices: import wallet or create a wallet. In this scenario, when we have the passphrase, we're going to select import wallet. Okay, and we'll select I agree. And here we're going to copy and paste the seed phrase. So let's do that. And then we'll create a password. And select I have read and agree to the terms of use. And then select import. And then select all done. And now account one has been created. So this is the account that you would use for voting. Let's go up to our circular icon up here. So it's has this check mark, so it's all set for you to start to go to the voting DApp. And by doing, if you have the seed phrase, it saves you a few extra steps on not having to create a second account to as we did earlier. So having the seed phrase just makes things a little bit more set up a little bit more quicker. But that's it. That's everything that you need to know. In the instructions, I have some helpful links that you can that we used for the demonstrations. Feel free to look through those links. And I hope this demonstration was helpful, and look forward to everyone voting on October 21st. Thank you. Have a great day.